Hello YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again. We're here finishing off, for better or worse, our tanky lady run with Mozebus and Angorn. And before we get into the video, I wanted to just go into the collection here. So during the second video, I was talking about how we wanted to go up to Anador in order to hopefully trade up one of our relics or find better relics that are better going to suit us. We can go ahead and take a look at those. Tell them to only give us Anador. So, add investment. We have lots of retain cards in our decks. This could be used on just about anybody. I'm not really looking for Agar's Dominion, but if it was the only thing that I could choose from, I would definitely take it. Hunter's Cloak, we could put this on Angorn so that his cards cost less and he can play more cards. But he'd be able to pretty much ignore the fact for the lose 2 health because he has access to so much healing right now. Eternal Lantern on Angorn would pretty much make it so that Solar Fissure gives him his ultimate whenever he draws it. Explorer's Boots would help. Might of the Forest would help. Jade Oracle would be very good because we're doing a tanking strategy, so this could pretty much replace, we have the one cloak that reduces all poison, burn, and shock you receive. We put this on Lady. She can't even be stunned at that point, so this is very strong. Nature's Might, if we actually get the block engine going, Nature's Might will allow us to do even more damage. It's almost better backlash, but it's easier for us to generate shields, so it's extra backlash. If we can somehow get some resilience going in there, then this becomes incredibly powerful. Of course, we're going to be grabbing this while we're in Anador, which does have some green resistant enemies, but versus, say, the bosses, we might be able to get away with this. Reducing cost of AP by 1. Basically, I kind of flubbed and gave Mozebus a draw. I still think that it's a good idea, but we need AP on all of our heroes, and I don't think that we're going to be able to level 3 more times unless we find a lot of shard battles up there, and I don't remember exactly what the map looks like. Paragon of Strength could be used on Mozebus because we've enabled critting for him. We don't really want Shroud of Ascendance. Snake Tooth is honestly whatever for this build. Plated Greaves we would settle for, but what we actually want is Vanguard Helm, because this is any blue card, and this is specifically dashing and teleporting, which we don't really do a lot of that in this lady deck, which is honestly pretty weird, but is what it is. Twisted Staff would obviously enable a infinite or nigh infinite for us, so that would be pretty good. We don't have Obsidian Shiv, so if we were to get this, we would have to probably set up Angorn to have the you apply 1 haste whenever you play a card on somebody, and he would just chuck cards at Lady and give her haste so that she can play more cards. I honestly don't know if we can get away with this. So maybe we're not looking for Twisted Staff. And then, of course, Tome of Clarity is an extra draw, which is essentially a level. That's pretty good. Then Virulent Blade, we're not doing anything with poison, so we don't really care about that either. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Okay. So since we're so tanky, I'm feeling very confident in taking on elite defense battles, but like I said, we want to be up here. Really don't want to go here with all the poison. Although we do cleanse every other turn. Maybe we take this because it's less worse for us than it is for enemy. So then we can just come straight up here. This isn't going to explore a lot of tiles, but it will get us here in time because we have like about 7 turns before the calamity starts. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd get here, we'd go by 1 shard battle. But this would also cover this tile. Well, that's a fight, but these tiles as well, which might be what we're looking for. I don't know, it's a tough call. I'm gonna go for this. Okay. You actually get your ability for Dispel on hit, because that's going to be quite annoying. Do not. Interesting. Alright, well we want to enable crits as soon as possible, and this guy's annoying in my opinion, so our free burn. I almost... Problem is that we have to defend him. And we don't really have the ability to defend him. So perhaps what's actually the move? Something like this. And tank that damage on him. I'm just trying to think here. I really don't like the trance, so I want to kill this guy as soon as possible, but is that actually the right move? If that wasn't, I obviously shouldn't have put burn on him. But I did. Hmm. That solves that. That fight took a little more thinking than I thought it would. But it is pretty much over. Got no healing I can perform here, so. Opportunity strike is good, but I just... Yeah, we can't really fit it. Mozebus probably doesn't need Force Pulse. Although, Force Pulse is better than Void Tear if we're definitely guaranteeing a crit. Gives him some draw, so that's good. God, there's so many battles. I guess we're going to take the straight line through here. Abominations have a Hex attack, so I'm not really concerned about that because of our dampening that we have. This is only slightly a problem. Not really concerned about the heal here, we just want to direct as much damage here as possible. We want these multi-attacks. I think the correct move is... and this. Not as much as we would like, but what we could do... would save a lot of damage. There we go. Oh, what? Just gonna blow it up. Probably the best move would have been to put the shock here and then try and blow him up, but... But we didn't. Hold up. This could actually be relatively good. But I don't think that we take it here. Now, Heroic Leap, I don't know if it's still bugged as it was before, but I've noticed that this card can actually combo multiple times. So I'm almost thinking that I take this and put it on Mozebus. It's a 16 blue damage, and when the lady's off doing her stuff, this is going to become free. Otherwise, dispel and deal 5 damage in an area. This is very good. Except I don't know if we're honestly going to have to dispel that much, especially when his ulti does it and we have the shrine for it. So this, while this is pretty good, especially versus bosses, I don't think that we necessarily care about it. We'll take this, because I think this is still worth more than the 50 gold. Gotta figure out how we're going to stuff that in this deck. Oh, we were going to replace Void Tear with Force Pulse. Probably honestly replace an Arcane Missile. It's ranged versus melee, and that's a little bit suffer, but we'll deal with it. Our map is looking a little bit scuffed, and I'll show that in a bit. Huh. Should be able to block herself, especially with all this, so... rather block here. That. Now realizing that was probably the wrong move with what I'm about to do. Oh, never mind. Still good, because he's going to take that damage. I don't think we want to use our Galvanize yet, actually. Here we go. That's unfortunate. But this should solve this. For the most part. Of course, the one time that I get Heroic Leap, Lady is stunned, so we won't be able to show that off. I guess, no, that's not. Actually, it is more damage, but what we want to do is set up Mind Shock, so we're not going to do anything here. Angorn has Holy Nova, so that's going to be helpful. Okay. I'm really watching the damage we were taking there, but we should still be fine. We still have antidote in the deck. It is time for us. I think we want to play this out one more turn. Are you taking damage? There you go. Is you die, so we don't do it. That was perfect. All right. As you can see there, it went down to 1 AP because for whatever reason that card specifically can combo multiple times. This is actually quite huge for us. 5 resilience is worth quite a bit if this hits on the right turn. Slow would also be pretty good, except for, as I explained in our last complete run, slow doesn't work on bosses, so this isn't going to help us tank where we're headed. Should have attacked first. I also think I wanted to be here so that I could get the full amount from Touche. But we learned these things. And this is exactly what I was trying to say on another video. So, they gave us a copy of Boomerang Toss, except it is also in our discard and our hand. So we now have 2 boomerangs if I don't use this, because this one has expend on. You can see the keyword there, despite the fact that it's not actually on the card. So instead of allowing you to play it twice, air quotes, what they actually did was just make a copy of the card and put that in your hand. So if I actually wanted to, I could just keep playing these once, but that's also going to slow down my deck, and it's not going to feel good. Fine. Despite the way that looks, it's still fine. Oh, because I didn't disarm you on your ulti. That's why. Why? Told you it was going to be fine. Now we're just hoping to grab heals. There's a heal. We don't want any of these. If we had more light allies, this might actually be pretty good. But we don't. Angorn doesn't want power, let alone vulnerable. And we don't do anything with vulnerable, so Pierce Heart is not doing anything for us. Plus, that's way too much AP. We basically need to figure out how to level up again. I think this alone will level us. So I think we cleared this Elite Assault battle. That'll also give us some artifacts. We'll be able to see what's here. We heal here, because we're likely going to need it. Then we head up. Oh, and before I forget... Make sure that I can even... Yeah, we can fit that. Okay. So... I had almost forgotten that we wanted to put on Ember Flame bracers so that we can get burn versus the boss. Especially because most of them have some sort of cleanse. We don't need apprentice robes because we will only be poison hexed or burned for one turn, which could be a significant amount, but we're not that concerned about them stacking up. Event there could possibly give us some experience. Really don't like these bruisers. I probably dislike them more than the Treant. They actually might not need to heal. This is actually quite misfortunate. Not going to get his ultimate. But we should split this damage evenly. Put the thorns on him. Enable that crit. Oy. Yeah, so we are going to have to actually heal. You guys were wondering. I didn't grab a draw. Admittedly, we honestly might be done here. Well, I'll tell you what, Angorn isn't. Because that's a crowd control, so it can't be cleansed. Okay, we're actually in trouble. That out there. All right. It's gonna be really weird. Well, this isn't exactly how I expected to survive this. Oh! No, we lose. Well, that's honestly heartbreaking. Like, the one enemy I really didn't want to face was 2 enemies that ult for 45 and stun on occasion, because we really needed to be able to set up. Much as I hate the treants, like, that's very difficult to deal with. It was working until it wasn't. Anyways, that's a bit rough, but regardless, I will catch you guys later. We'll start up another run next week. If you have any comments, misplay alerts, feedback, questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Until next time, I'll catch you around.